Alright, we back. Let's get on the invite train. Take your time. And active out. Alright. Game 2. Current score 0-0-1. I think, man, I think I would have had to, I think I would have taken my position in that game. If I had a choice of how to start, I think I would have taken a position. I wish I knew what he had in his hand, but oh well. Maybe I can check it on, maybe I can rewatch it later and find out. Alright. Well, this time we're on the play, and this hand is good. We do need another untapped land or a creature, but I think we can expect that to happen in a reasonable amount of time. Okay, gonna have a big draw step next turn. It won't be the end of the world if we miss. We'll just be about a beat slow. Well, I'm sure he has some kind of a 2-drop, so that does put a lot of pressure on us to draw something, the right something. Either an untapped land or any 1 or 2-drop creature would be good. Yep, he's headed into the tank. And Cub it is. Cub it is. Love a land. Please land. Not that land. And damn it. Ah, that's what I get. And we've got a Brawler. Okay, wonder if he pumps his Cub. It's interesting, right? It's a tough choice. Not yet. Okay, now he's going for it. Okay. So this game, I do not attack. Well, that's pretty clear. So what else is clear? Probably 2 bodies instead of 1, but the 4/4 body, See, I want to be able to jump in front of cover, so I'll put you out there. But we are not attacking. We are trying to buy time for Big Mama herself. Now, going into combat against that deck is probably not great, but you've got to keep him from developing his board somehow. Just taking damage won't do it. And you got to clear the way for cards that'll help you bridge the gap, too. With 2-man lands and Chandra, we just want to get to the later point of the game. Wear him down. Yeah, he's tanking it up again. Let's see what he does. Watch your timer, man. Just watch your timer. You should. Here's a note. Like if he said he was lagging, and that's what happened in that game. Anytime you're experiencing any level of lag, you have to make sure that you're doing all you can to keep the timer from running down on you. Because it only takes like a few extra seconds. If you assume you have like 10 more seconds than you do, you just lose your attack step. You lose your turn. Okay. Okay. Timer. So you're gonna lag out and cost us another game, man. Come on, dude. All right. Now, if I put the Smuggler's Copter in front of the Longtusk Cub, he can double pump it. He will lose his Hellion. Right? He will lose his Hellion. At the end of turn. And he'll have a 5/5 Cub and no energy. It's that, or I trade with the Hellion and he has 6 energy and a 3/3 Cub. So I think... And the difference is only 1 damage, so it's gotta be jump in front of the cover. Even... Because I think the 2 energy is worth it. Energy's the, it's the fuel in that deck. All right, give me a land. Oh, that's a good card to draw. I still want a land very much, though. I really want everything in my hand, except for Pia, but I think I need Pia, because I need bodies. Because if he kills Depala, I have basically nothing. I'm gonna go like this. It's risky, but I think it's right. And draw. Thank you. So now we can go this into this. And I don't really want to block, so I'm going to attack. While he's tapped out, he can't use a pump spell. So, if he wants to trade, I'm offering him a trade. Even double Highspire couldn't kill me out of nowhere. So let's see what he wants to do. Yeah, we needed that big turn, didn't we? But I think we did a good job setting ourselves up for it. I mean, Depala represents a long-term plan, so he's got to figure out. But him losing his whole board in this spot is really bad, because I'm on, 6 mana sources. Yeah, he's going to let it stick. Wow. So... I liked that. I liked that whole sequence. I think it put him in a tough spot. Now we see how he responds. Hydra. Okay. And in comes Brawler. Does he pump? He's gonna stop and think an obscene... at least he didn't think too long. Oh, man. He's a thinker. He's a thinker. Dude's playing chess over there. Bravo. I got nothing wrong with... There's nothing wrong with that, necessarily. Alright. So I could take out his board, have Chandra left over dead because of the Hydra. I could send in Pia and see what he does. If I do that, then what do? I probably play Harvester Toolcraft, right? Yeah, I sort of like this. So if I send Depala in and he blocks and pumps, I only have to sweep doing 2. I don't think he has Decklist Review any way to deal with that except for a second Hellion. He has Torch of Defiance. That's 2 things. Oh, he has Nissa Vital Force. That's 3 things. Alright, we'll just take a kind of conservative road. I don't love facing him in combat, but it's probably right here. And we can throw this in there. Put up the 4/6 lifelink to block. No, I think I want to block with the caravan. Okay. Alright. We'll make him climb a mountain or 2 to get to my life total. Yeah, that's a card. I was worried about that. Alright, so what do we not want to happen here? Well, we want to pump for 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can basically negate his attack. So we need to dig. Fail, fail, but hopefully that means we're closer to an unlicensed. And no attack, okay. That's not it. So, time for some tanking. Skyship's always bad news, my friends. It's the way of the world. Keeping the mana up doesn't really do any good. Just have to race that thing? It's rough. Go to 13, he comes back. So I can threaten to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. That's not enough. But it's probably best. But it's not threatening lethal. And that just comes out, picks that off, does that thing. So... Alright. Yeah, I see it, Mort. This was a really tough turn because I could have gotten in after him for 11, but that doesn't force any chump blocks, and then I'm dead to the swing back. So I'd be counting on him to make a bad block, and this way I'm forcing him to have another creature, which it seems like the odds are very good that he does with 4 cards in hand. And it has to have enough power, and that's also very likely. So, but at least this way, I don't lose card advantage to the Sky Sovereign when it attacks. Tireless Tracker's really bad for me. Really. This is just, yeah. Yes. Yep. Skyship wins. Skyship wins. That's the way it works. So maybe I played the game bad. I definitely played for a spot where my big game would go bigger, and it didn't. Maybe I should have been more aggressive, but I don't think I really had an opportunity for that. I don't know. I think Skyship just wins if I don't have unlicensed. Did I spend an unlicensed? I did. What did I unlicense? I think it was a 5/5 Cub. I think I had to do that. Was there another way? I could have tried to trade the Cub with the Caravan, so maybe I was a little unwise. Maybe I was a bit unwise. I don't think there's anything I can draw. Let me think. Go to 10. He comes over for 9, 10. So I need a blocker. Alright, so I can't attack. Definitely playing the land there. Holding it doesn't do any good. We're going to need like a crazy sequence of events off the top to make something happen, of which I can't even conceive. Holding the land doesn't actually fix or do anything, but it might let us cast something and use a man land on a future turn. Okay. Yep. Yay. This is the fun part. You just really try not to tilt and give him an opportunity to be a moron. But you know you're, like, dead. You just have to wait for him to figure out how he's going to kill you. And since this guy is just dedicated to being the slowest player in the history of Magic the Gathering, it's pretty hard. I'm starting to get annoyed, but you just kind of have to suck it up. I mean, he could always run his timer down and miss his attack step. I guess that makes my chances better than a total, like, 1 in a million. Because with his pattern. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I'm empty-handed, and he's running that timer to nothing. Just to flip a Nissa. Just to flip a Nissa. He just took that whole timer to flip a Nissa. It's unbelievable. I mean, he could lag out again. This game could end in another draw, so it's a good reason not to quit. Is it worth throwing a blocker? Yeah, I do have to throw a blocker here. He might have a pump spell. In fact, he most likely does. Let's gain that life. Might need it. More than I'll need the energy, I'm sure. I don't have enough for, what's the card? Harness Lightning to do the job right here anyway. How about your timer, man? You ran the timer all the way to 0, and you know, like, he lagged out before. Like, his game froze in the past because he ran his timer to 0, and he did anyway on the turn where he did damn close to nothing. It's just embarrassing. This might keep me alive. Let's see what happens. I can throw an artifact to kill Nissa. I can't kill a creature, so that doesn't work. And without this, I can't pump, so I guess what I'm relying on now is blocking with Vent and a token. He's obviously thinking so much because he thinks he has to. That's the only good reason. That or, I don't know, he thinks that that's what smart players do, but they don't. Nobody. Anybody who thinks this much is the anti-smart in this game, because he already drew a game, because he ran his count. He already ran his game clock into the ground and drew a game that he could have won. That's all. So he should already know better. He should know better. At this point, he's being very foolish. He may have a sucky connection, that's true. But we see right here, he's moving at a brisk pace. You see this? So it's not just his connection. It's definitely him. Unless he's got one of those connections that's going in and out. What would cause that? Okay, so we let targeting happen. And let's figure this out. Do I need to chump with a Shambling Vent? Or can I eat something with a Caravan? I can't eat anything with a Caravan, I die. I can chump there. I don't... And I go to 1. Again, he probably has a pump spell, so... I've got to try. If I want to live. Wow, the double pause. This is unbelievable. That's a lot of gas. Alright. I am going to concede now because even if he drew the game, I would concede anyway in this situation. And I don't want to watch him try to figure out how to play the next turn for 10 minutes. So let's just get out of that and invite him again and see what happens. I think I got pretty late game smashed. That's not who I meant to invite. Get me out of there. There we go. And he's got a message. Oh, what is it now? He just sent me a message that he crashed. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Dude. Dude. The drama in this game, I tell you. Mercy, mercy, mercy. He may be trying to tilt me. Maybe. I doubt it. He seems a nice guy, and I know he watches my channel, so I can't hate on him too much. I can be really pissed at him for taking forever, but it's more like for his sake than mine. I mean, I'm annoyed by it, but he's being an idiot for taking that long when he already crashed a game by doing it. If he wants to win, he shouldn't, like, he was so far ahead last game, you just gotta play a little quicker, you know what I mean? You don't want to crash when you're ahead. It's the worst. It would be like punting the game. Alright, so I'm a little, like, I'm kind of bothered by that, because we did not have a good end game in that battle. Sky Sovereign kind of changed everything, so I have to be a little, if I go long, I have to be really careful with cards like Unlicensed. I have to be really freaking careful with them. I have to play smarter. I have to be more patient. I really don't want to get in combat with him either if I can help it. Oh man. I can't keep that though. I mean, that's okay. A little slow, but okay. It's kind of the way it's meant to be. He went to 6 and ran out of time, so who knows what's in his hand. Thalia on the play is really good. Now he has plenty of ways to kill it, which could be pretty bad, but let's just see how he opens, how he wants to open this one. We'll see where he's at on turn 2, if he taps out to play a 2-drop or not. We don't want to throw Thalia right into a shock. Okay, that's enough land, thank you. We'll see what he does. Bombardment. Okay, so now we know he has Galvanic Bombardment, since he has to pause me just to think about that. And he's got a Cub. Hello, Cub. That makes the Pia play pretty simple, I think. Not the Thalia play. He'll just shoot it out of the way. So maybe if he uses the shock on Pia, it'll clear the way for the Thalia. And we would actually like it. I mean, if he just did that, if he shocked Pia to attack with his Cub just to get the energy off the hit, we would welcome such behavior. I'd also consider blocking with Pia just to get him to use a combat trick, since those are such a pain. So let's see what he does. Brawler. Sure. Land. Pump spell land. Yep. So, yeah, we're just going to take the hits. I think we're going to try to race him. He doesn't have the mana up to shock the Thalia right now. But the question is, what about Toolcraft? Do we... Well, I guess if he has a Blossoming Defense, if we get it out of his hand because of the Toolcraft, that's pretty good. If he trades that for Toolcraft, I guess that's fine, right? Okay. So, does First Strike do anything here? Because I can play Pia, Kiran, and then my Toolcraft has First Strike, but that doesn't do anything if he has Blossoming Defense. It's a trade if he doesn't. So I guess that forces him to have it. Or he trades with Pia. But I guess that's... yeah, we'll do it. We'll give the First Strike. We'll go wide. And if he has the Blossoming, he gets rid of Toolcraft. No big deal. I mean, Toolcraft not attacking is just too sad. All the damage, okay. Down to 11. 1, 2, 3. That's a good question about the timer bar. I'm not sure. Not sure if making it smaller actually means less time, but if it does, it's still plenty of time. Like, it's a lot of time. There's the bombardment. Let's see what he does. Aggro to the core. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very close to lethal. So I don't know that there's a block I would make here. Let's see. You better have something. Tapped land. And a Sylvan Advocate. Okay. Cool. Alright, I definitely want to play that. And I definitely want to play this. And then we can pump, we can attack with the flyers. Let's see, he's tapped out. What's that mean? Am I supposed to get in with the vent? Nah. Skyship or Nissa up his sleeve? Okay. Okay, so I'll get in there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, and 6 puts him at 5, and then I can attack and pump, pump, pump next turn for the wins if Pia lives. Seems good. And then I keep the max blockers back. Yeah. Don't forget about first strike. Good boy. Good student. Alright. Hopefully we can catch like a Cinderglade or something that has to come in tapped now with Thalia. Let's see what he's got. He didn't have a Blossoming defense. He's hit his land drops, and it's been reasonably smooth, so I can't make any assumptions about the lands in his hand. But he definitely didn't have like a 1-mana pump spell. There just isn't much I can really glean from this. He played the Galvanic I thought he had, so at this point we're on mystery cards. Could be lands, could be pumps, could be removal, could be Nissa or Sky Sovereign. More creatures is what we want, as Thalia makes those very slow and less effective. So we just hope he has a handful of creatures. It's not very likely, though. His deck doesn't run like a million creatures, and he's already gone, you know, creature, creature, creature every turn since turn 2. There's land number 5. Here's an attack. Everybody coming in tells me he probably wants to do some pumps. So let's set up like so and make him kill me like that. Yeah, I figured he'd have a long time return on this one. Okay, so he drew a Blossoming Defense. One card left, and it is a playable. It is a spell. It is a bombardment. He has to take out Pia. That makes sense. Alright. This is going to be a rough one. He had a pretty rock-solid draw. Oh! Oh my. Oh my. Okay. What's that do? Doesn't win us the game. It can force a chump block from him, but then we die on the crackback. Oh my. But it's definitely the play. We're not dead to any single removal spell or any single pump spell off the top for our opponent. So because of that, we don't have to win this turn. This forces a block. Can I die on a crackback? I can die to like one removal spell on a crackback. So this forces him to knock Gideon's loyalty down or he dies to an emblem. So I think this is the attack. Yep, he has to block. So now he has to win the game or lower Gideon's loyalty. And I have to block in a way that doesn't lose the game. He also, by the way, if he just swings at Gideon and I let Gideon die, he is basically dead. I don't think he has anything that makes 2 creatures. Yeah, I don't see anything like that. A really good draw on his part. Harvester would be a real pain, but not fantastic. Arlen would probably be a pain because it would have Vigilance. You could give something Vigilance. And he's thinking. That's not surprising. This is a situation where running the timer down to make sure you make the right play is actually very correct. It has its moments, ladies and gentlemen. Attack me. Okay, so I have to block here, or else I die to a Highspire Infusion. But I only have to block like this. And then he tramples over. I don't think he can kill me. And now he holds the bluff, which tells me the card he drew might be pretty irrelevant if he thought that hard for that attack. Okay, he's pumping with energy. Why? Why now? Ah, he's going to do the Greenbelt trick. I win. I mean, I win. I've got... So he had to attack Gideon there, because I can Gideon Emblem and fly over. I guess the only thing he can do here is play it out and hope I don't see it. I think what I would have done is just not shown the Greenbelt in that case, because bluffing a removal spell is the only thing to stop me from doing the Gideon. Even then, I'd probably go for it, since he already played 2 freaking bombardments. If you draw them all, you draw them all. That was a toughie. Alright. Looks like we have a game 4 as a decider. No reason. No reason. Alright. No reason to worry about any of the other stuff. If you're just joining, we have a game 4 because game 1 was a draw. Oops. Game 1 was a timeout on his part. Ran down his timer, got into an attack, couldn't assign instants after blockers, and then he lagged out and quit the game, so we had to restart. It was an up in the air kind of attack. It wasn't clear who was going to win. I was probably in a bad position, but I think I had a decent shot at the long game. I don't know. You just don't know. Alright, game 3. He was on 6. He's on the play this time, so we need a decent defensive hand, and some unlicensed would be really helpful. I mean, we've got it. We've got the scry. We've got to keep this. So we're both keeping. We both think we're in good shape. Oh yeah, we gotta find a black source really bad. We gotta find a black source, guys. We gotta, like, it's black source or bust on Motorist here. Yep, Brawler. Brawlers every day. Brawler all the way. Beautiful. Well, that changes what we can scry for, but here's the thing. Do I need to scry? Because if I'm not going to block, I'm going to attack. So am I going to block or not? I don't think I am. Because if I have this out, and then I blow something up next turn, then I get the damage. Does the damage matter? This is actually rough. But I think the threat of a block is worth it. And maybe I'll block anyway just to force the pump spells out of his hand since I'm on the draw. Wow. I mean, wow. I can't turn this away. Can I turn this away? I think I have to. Because I can't afford to miss the land drop that often. But as far as just shooting all of his stuff, I think that's the road we've got to travel. Okay. And there's that card. Go figure. Yep. And he'll pay. I will chump. Or not chump, I'll trade. He'll pay 2 energy. I'll untap, I'll shoot his guy, and he's going to have to start over. And hopefully he'll have to put all his mana into a new creature. And hopefully it is not a Bristling Hydra, as that would be a negative experience. Yeah, that's something I might have needed to think about, is what a Bristling Hydra does to this hand. Okay, he's got an Advocate. And he's got another Brawler. Brawler's harder to trade with, so that has to die. But the Advocate could be huge. Do we Pia Kiran? I mean, it's not like Pia Kiran has any good blocks, so I think we just take this opportunity and kill something again. We're playing a lot of defense, but we need, like, he needs to hit some bricks, man. He's had pretty darn good draws. Need him to brick a few times. So much for that idea. But, I mean, that is just a 2-2 until he flips it. And if he has 2 more lands in hand, I'm happy. Problem now is I am concerned. I am very concerned that he's going to be able to make that thing a 4-5. So now is it time to deploy some stuff. If he goes land 4-5, I have to be able to disintegrate that. I have to. So it's better to try to do this now. And if he has it, I'm just, like, it's like, whatever. I did what I could. But the odds of him, like, drawing it, it's a lot more likely that there's another land in his hand than it is likely that there is a Blossoming Defense. Especially from the way he's played. He's tapped out, like, every turn. So I just have to go for it. Because if he drew a Blossoming Defense there, and I didn't take the chance to kill it, I pretty much lose. Now what? Okay. Don't lag up, buddy. Don't lag up. Let's finish this game, one way or another. Okay. So gets in. He played that land pretty fast. I'm guessing he doesn't have a lot of other options. So I'm going to guess he has a Highspire Infusion and another land. Oh, perfect. Okay. I don't have a way to generate energy first, though. And I don't want to do this in response, and I don't want to miss him. Let's see. Let's do it like this. He's got the infusion. Yep, there it is. I'd rather do that on my turn, so he doesn't get any extra damage from it. And we get the energy. So he's going to get his flip. So let's get the copter on the board to take it out after the flip. And he's down to 1 card. Must be a land. It's either a land or another infusion. If it was another infusion, I would have cast it last turn for sure. I don't have any big cards, so if he pulls a big card, I'm just in so much trouble. And we can be absolutely sure he just drew something relevant. Or else that pause wouldn't have happened. Yeah, that's a good one. Doesn't have trample, though. Up to 8 energy. Ew. And he's not flipping, so he doesn't have a land. Weird. Or he's just afraid. Alright. Put the 4/4, put 4, and he has 1, 2, so that goes 5, 6, okay. Let's see what he does. Maybe the last card is another infusion, and he's just playing really conservative with it. Okay, well, I gotta do it like this. Is there a way I can draw the infusion out of both? No, there really isn't. It's one or the other. So I gotta go for the Hydra. Right? No, I don't. I can put Depala here and Copter here, and if he has the infusion, then next turn I have Pia Kiran. Yeah. So I would have lost both creatures either way, but this way I don't take damage. So it is what it is. Okay, so he's gonna make the 4/4. Okay. Missed a bluff attack. That's too bad. Might have been a mistake, but I'm sure he would have blocked. Yeah, that's perfect. That's game. Let me think. Chandra? No. Doesn't do me any good. He's gonna shoot down Pia. Does that make it the better block? No, because then he just gets more energy elsewhere, and we can hope he forgets. I guess I'm dead to another Highspire here. I think I have to keep the resources. I'm dead anyway if he has something like that. Just dead anyway. Nothing I can do. Just was on the back foot the whole game. It's a good draw. It's a good deck. A green energy, I mean, let's see. Killed, killed, killed. Took damage on the way. I mean, Nissa could have punked it out at an earlier time somehow. But man, hard to say if I just did everything wrong or what. Let's hope we draw another Pia Kiran. Okay, Depala. Doesn't do anything. And he's playing cautious as hell. Alright, so this is interesting. I have double sacks available because he's letting me have double sacks available. But if he targets this and I double sack, I kill that, but then I die to the Hydra. So I guess I just put this out and hope that he continues to play foolish. Actually, he hasn't made that many foolish plays. I just would have, like, without question, harnessed Lightning on his turn and gotten rid of Pia Kiran Nalaar so that I didn't have options. But I guess that, you know, I'm not sure what he's exactly thinking there. Maybe it's something I'm missing. Okay, he doesn't have another removal spell, so yeah, I don't know what he's going for. Second. And off the top, Pia Kiran Nalaar. Ha! Trolled. It'll be a very disappointing chump block, likely. because he can do 2 pumps. Well, I guess that trades. That trades. Unless he has a blossoming, which he probably does. He's just holding cards right now. So he's either drawing lands, or that's really all we can hope for. Just about any card in his deck is a train wreck for us. But if he had a pump spell, he would have used it last turn. So no, those are blanks. Those must be blanks. I mean, I'm not sure what he drew this turn. I guess we hope it's a creature, right? Oh ho! I see. Ah. Okay. Still no attack step for us. Alright. What the hell? Okay, you did it. Let's see if he forgets how this works. Mistake? Maybe. Alright, so 5 won't do it. I need to put all 6 in front. Oh my gosh! Hydra down! Never give up, never surrender, kids. Oh my god. Okay. He's gonna deal 2 to me, I guess. You got a plus, right? I mean, come on. You're plussing. It's that's clear. That is so clear. You are plussing. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. I mean, really, man? Oh my gosh, he's punting. He's punting so hard. Oh no! And he concedes? I have to do it this way, just in case of, like, Galvanic Bombardment. But he left. He left the game. What does that mean? Why did he leave the game? Did anybody see? Was anybody watching his channel? Anybody? So, am I playing around a Hellion off the top? Oh, oh my god. I've got to play around a Hellion off the top, so I just swing with Scrounge. Dude, Ninja, what just happened? He's in my chat. Dude, are we done? Did you concede? Did you concede or disconnect, dude? You're on 20 life. Like, be clear, man. Don't mess with me. Did you concede or did you disconnect? Yeah, Nighthawk's right. That's not answering, man. You can private message me if you want to do it that way. I mean, I won't shame you. So that was, I mean, from there it just kind of downhill. I mean, I just want a straight answer. I don't want there to be any like weird animosity or nothing. So come on, man. Like, what's? Did you concede? Did you leave on purpose? You know, did you leave that game on purpose, or was it a disconnect? Oh. Oh man. Okay. Wow. Wow, dude. That was a really tough match too. I can't believe it ended that way. I was like at the end. I really thought that was over. I was like in I was in just play it out mode. I really was. Yeah, dude, that you can't forget about Scrapheap. Especially like yeah, Heap is Heap coming back. I mean, I've forgotten it before. I won't say I haven't. But I thought that was a pretty big swing right there. Dude, I really thought you won that one. Your deck's good. You had your draws were solid. I thought I was just done. Thought I was just down and out. I really did. Wow. But there you go, kids. There you go, kids. You gotta keep playing. That's why you play it out. Ninja, if like, since you can hear me right now and everybody's here, so I wanna say it in front of everybody. If you watch the games back, I do rib on you for taking a long time on your turns, and it's honestly because I didn't want you to lag out and time out and miss another like turn. Because that's a big risk when your connection is bad. So when you watch this back, you're gonna hear me ribbing you on your turns, but it's mostly because if I were in your seat, I would be hurrying just because I'd be scared of lagging or timing out again. Okay, so some people look like they were watching the Hanzo side and they see some lines. I'll have to watch your side too, Ninja. I'll have to watch your side. Wow. I'm just kind of breathing. Just kind of breathing. Yeah, when you're that far ahead, just getting Chandra out and ticking her up is a big deal. Yeah, lots of comments on this. Lots of, yeah, we spent that whole thing, we spent that whole game chumping. I don't think I even attacked. I don't think I had attacked yet when Ninja conceded. Not to beat you up, dude, but, dude, you were at 20 life. You're at 20 life. You could have drawn Hellion off the top, right? Oh, man. Holy crap. Oh, radical. Don't tilt. When you watch my side of that back, you'll hear me like trying hard, just trying not to tilt for most of it. Dude, you were perfectly fine until it came down to... Ninja, you played really well until we came down to a couple pieces left on the board. In chess, that's having an end game, right? Being able to win with like 3 pawns and a bishop versus 2 pawns and a knight, you know what I mean? So, I guess that's... When you play aggro decks all the time, you usually just run people over. You don't get to practice the end game. I find it interesting, like, he doesn't have... So Ninja's deck, we can talk about that, because I've been looking at that list all day, of course. And there are no Copters, and there's no Heart of Kiran, which seems like kind of a missing piece, but there are 2 Aethersphere Harvesters, which... he did not draw. I think it's an interesting choice. I mean, it goes with the energy theme, right? But Sylvan Advocate doesn't go with the energy theme. So maybe that could be a Copter, or a Heart of Kiran. But for the most part, yeah, it's a very straightforward smash-your-face deck. And dealing with Highspire Infusion was a real pain, just trying to figure out how to play around that. Yeah, that's a good point. I think Ninja did some good work using Nissa and not going straight for the flip. You're probably right about that, Haruto. I think I mean, Ninja, you're doing solid and you're going to do great in the tournament. And you really had me. Like, you freaking had me, so. Next time, finish the job and take away some confidence knowing your deck was there and got the job. You know, your deck had enough to get the job done, and you'll get it done next time, okay? That's what I'm going to throw out there. So, I'm tired. I'm really exhausted. Like I said at the top of the broadcast, I spent the week in Vegas, and I'm just extremely tired. So I'm going to be jumping off. Going to eat some dinner. Going to watch some wrestling. Going to relax now and come down off that absolutely exciting battle. And, you know, get our best to Ninja. Everybody in the chat should give a shout out to him. He gave me a super battle like I haven't received in a while. So that was a heck of a game. And yeah, that's going to be that. Let's hope this video works. I'm going to carefully stop the broadcast, carefully shut everything down and make sure this video works. Because don't forget, Ninja, you might win this round if Twitch decides to eat my video again. So never give up, never surrender. All right. I'm going to try to shut this down proper, and thank you all for coming out and watching the show. And this is CGB, and I'm out of here.